Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Belinda here from Visualized NZ. It's Trashcraft Tuesday time and I was going to do some paper scrap kind of something and I just wasn't kind of feeling it and I just wanted to play with my fabric scraps. So that's what we're doing today. It's a couple of weeks since I did my fabric masterboard and I was thinking about doing that again and then doing something different with the masterboard. And then I kept thinking and kept putting it off and came up with a different idea, something I haven't actually done before. So I have made a couple of little prototypes. I mean, these are dead easy. I didn't actually really need to do a test run, but I just felt like it, and I was preparing, as I was watching YouTube, I was just preparing a whole bunch of fabric pre-cut into strips so that you don't have to sit here and watch me cut a bundle of fabric. And we're going to make these cute little dangles, just little fabric scrappy dangles that can go anywhere that you like, on a journal card, on a tag, on a spine of a journal, on a cover, you know, the usual suspect places for putting your dangly little bits and pieces. So that's what we're going to make. I'm going to be using these ribbon crimps because I have them. I can't find, I've got longer ones, but I can't find where they are at the moment. I've just got these little narrow ones. They're not terribly expensive to buy these. You can pick them up from a jewelry supply store. These are about 8mm, from 7 or 8mm. You can, oops, sorry, it was very clingy. You can get them, you know, quite long, all different sizes. These are just the ones that I found. So very, very simple. Is grab some fabrics, lace, ribbon, whatever you like, and the size of it needs to be, you know, in proportion to your little ribbon crimp, basically. Now, if you don't have ribbon crimps, if you don't want to purchase any or find some somewhere, then you could do the same thing, just sew them. Hand stitch or sewing machine would look really cool as well. I've cut my fabric all different lengths. I've tried to do different widths, but I suspect a lot of mine are very similar in width, because I was just, you know, as I said, watching YouTube and cutting and just relaxing, not thinking too much about what I was doing. So let's just choose a few bits out, and I think I'll do some layering first and then we'll do the crimping. So just, oops, hard part trying to get them to sit, and I've chosen to cut them with my pinking shears. You could tear them, absolutely. Tearing would probably be my normal go-to, but I just felt like pinking shears, these for a change, just for a different look, different texture. I haven't got my lace out yet, it's sitting to my side, so maybe if, put those two up there, maybe if we just kind of like lay them out like this. I'm looking at colours. I don't want them to be too eclectic, although I don't mind the odd one that's a bit sort of more random. I've got little fragments of fabric everywhere. I did a wee clean up before I turned the camera on, but I'm still finding bits and pieces. About this pink. It's cute. So yeah, just a really laid back sort of video today, just playing with my fabric scraps. And I'm sure you could do the same thing with paper. Just you could staple it or stitch it, or probably even crimp it as well. Is that different enough? Some of these are not ironed, most of them are. I've got a whole bunch of fabric in the bag, this bag of scraps that isn't ironed, so I tried not to choose that out because, you know, it's just not as easy to work with when you're dealing with wee strips because it just you know, is like this. I mean, how are you going to make a little fun strippy cluster dangly bit with that? It needs ironing. So just working with the bits that I already had ironed. Right, I'm sure I had some plain blue. What did I, oh, here we go. I'm sure I had more than that. Ah, I used it in one of my prototypes, that's why. And I didn't cut any more of it, so it's a bit like a chambray type fabric, this one. Oops, so I'll try and keep the cutting to a minimum. I don't know how many layers I want to do. I do want to add lace, so we'll just, don't think I want that one as long as it is. I left them long if they were cut long, just so I had options at this point. How about a bit of, you want a bit of that with that, or a bit of maybe that. So I seem to be going threes. It seems to be what's happening. Maybe we could do one, this might look a little Christmassy. That's the front of the fabric, so let's use the front. And maybe a little neutral. So I hope you're all having a good day. Now they're exact same length, so I don't want that. I'm just going to shorten this one a bit. I don't want them the same length. Here we go. This beautiful, I love this fabric, so pretty. Maybe this fluff and bits and pieces. Right, and maybe a bit of green. Trouble is I don't want to cover up all that prettiness. Maybe I need to make this a bit shorter. Oops, this is very thin fabric, so it doesn't actually like the pinking shears all that much. That, and then maybe that. Yep. Okay. Purple. We do a light bit of purple. And this little neutral with a blue dot. This fabric actually has farm animals on it, but quite a lot of the space in between is this neutral with blue dots. So I just cut a bit of the neutral bit out. I didn't want like a pig's rear end, or you know, or a hoof or something on a little cluster. I thought, yeah, no, probably not. Not my desired look that I'm going for. I actually quite like that one. I find that one quite pretty. I mean, they're all pretty. So let's use this little snippet that I took off. A little short bit, and do we want to put the red there? Yeah, why not? Okay, are we going to use up all our bits of fabric that I've pre-cut? And also, will I have enough crimps? That is the other question. I've got quite a bit of this pink floral. A bit more eclectic, that one. That's okay. Here's a slightly wider piece. Green on it. And no, that's the same length. We've got this wee snippet of this pretty yellow floral. So that one. I'm running out of room. Yep, I'm still on camera, so that's a good thing. I think we're going to have leftover bits because they're not going to match at the end. Maybe we'll put that one on top of that one. Like that. This green bit and this bit, and got 4 pieces left. Maybe this bit. Oh, they're very, very similar in height, aren't they? So let's take a wee snippet off that. Like that. And then our last 3. I did not plan this, but we had exactly enough pieces to use them all and make complete sets of 3. So that was rather random and fortuitous. Again, they are about the same length, so just going to trim up that slightly. Don't know if this last one particularly matches, but that's alright. And this one, I think I want to trim down as well. So there's no set length. As you can tell, there's like some quite long ones, particularly this first one. In fact, it's probably a bit long. I might trim off a little bit off that. And then there's this last one is quite short. So just however they turn out. Right, so lace. I've got this wee snippet here. And it's pink, so maybe we put that pink and white on that one. Let's see if we can use up this whole piece. Maybe a bit on this one. Let's take a few segments of it. Put it there. And where else? This one? No. This one up here. Come on, lay flat for me. Here we go. Yeah, that one's okay there. And then just this tiny little piece left. Maybe that one goes there. Yep, and it's got a little funny slanted bottom on it, which is fine. So, what else? Oops, knocking things over. I do have this pretty pink, but have we pinked ourselves out? Maybe on this first one that we did, we could do a little snippet of this pretty pink lace. It's very crinkly, so it's be interesting to grab a piece of. And I could, in fact I am going to use normal scissors. There's not much point using the pinking shears and struggling. A bit of that on that one, and it needs to come a bit shorter. Oops. So I'm getting a little pile of tiny little pieces. Right, that one, and I think that's all the pink we need. So I've got some coffee dyed lace here. Oops, no, put the pinking shears away, girl. We're going normal scissors. Oops. maybe this one with the neutral bit on it, neutral and purple. There we go, and here we go. I think that's enough of that one. Here's some white. Shall we go some white? Hey, Georgie. Oh, that's pretty. I like that. Just taking, again, random lengths of the lace. Oops. He's gone up to see if Kelly's up on the windowsill, but she has already gone. Bit on there. Okay, let's change out. Oh, this is pretty. I almost don't want to use it because I think this is the only bit I've ever had of this. But it's not doing any good sitting in my box, is it? And it's not wide enough, not long enough to put down the side of a page. So let's use some of it. Oh, yes, it is pretty. There. And how many have we got? We've got 3 left. Don't think I want to do it all in the same lace, but oops, that's a bit of a funky cut on that one. There. Okay. So I've still got a little bit of that that lace left for something else. Let's put a little bit of this. Just going to tidy up that edge a little bit. Is that going to be too wide if I put it lengthways? It's going to be a bit long. That one, and then might cut it down the middle actually. Cut it in half lengthways. Gosh, that's not easy. It's not wanting to cut very nicely. Here we go. And then I think this is the last one. So just scanning, making sure they've all got lace. Cool. So I didn't use a lot of lace. Right, now I'm going to grab one of these crimps, one of them, not 2 of them, and they're dead easy to use. So grab your little fabric bundle, put it around over the top, and make sure all your bits are caught under the teeth. They've got little teeth in here, so when you squeeze them together they dig into whatever you're crimping and holds on to everything. And then I just use a pair of pliers just to give it a nice tight squeeze and make sure everything's in there really nicely. And there we have a wee dangle. So on this one that I did before I put the recorder on, I put a little jump ring on. On this other one I used a bulb pin. So just different options. On this one I'm going to do something different again. I'm going to use a paper clip. The other option, which I don't have available to me right now, is a safety pin. You could use a safety pin. So ideas for different attachments. I don't know if I'll put attachments on all these because it might depend on where or how I want to use them in my journals. So I'll probably leave the rest of them without anything on top, so I can choose as I need to. So let's just go ahead and crimp all these together. Super simple and quick, but really effective project for you. fabric scraps, lace scraps, ribbon, whatever, tulle, and some ribbon crimps. No sew if you don't want to sew, no glue, which is quite nice to have a project that doesn't need those things for a change. But like I said, if you don't want to get the crimps, then sewing is a really great option and some lovely texture. And I would just like sew them all at once, just feed them one after the other through the sewing machine and then just snip them apart. That would work really well. I'm guessing that these crimps come in different colours, but I've only got this colour, kind of like an antique brass sort of colour. But I imagine, like anything in the jewellery world, they come in multiple colours. I must dig out where the rest of mine are, because I know I've got some quite long ones somewhere. But these will be cute, and they're not too heavy either, these little ones. Like, not just the crimp, but the whole thing is not super heavy. So I'm not going to use all my crimps, so I'll have some for another day. Oops, just trying to get them to sit nicely on top of the pinking sheer top of the fabric. So sitting a bit wonky sometimes. Doesn't matter though. Oops. Those teeth are quite sharp, or can be quite sharp, so just be careful that you don't give yourself a scratch. Just making sure that you catch all the fabrics. But, you know, if something falls out, it's not really a problem, as long as not everything falls out. If it goes from having 3 pieces to 2 pieces, it's still going to look cute. Do I want to put that one sideways instead? Yeah, I'll put that one sideways. And I might actually straighten that. I didn't mind that edge when it was down, but I also noticed it's got a little stain on it. So we'll just get rid of that and just have that little snippet there. And you can press them together with your fingers quite easily. But with my arthritic fingers, I prefer just to make sure that it's nicely through the fabric with the pliers. More pressure than what I can apply with just my fingers. Oops, that one. Straighten it up a bit. Okay, and straighten that one up a bit as well. And this is the last one. Super quick and easy. You could also use string or elastic or a bit of ribbon or something through the hole and tie it onto something, would be another option. So let's grab maybe a similar coloured bulb pin. Yeah, aren't they cute? Look, how many have we made? We made 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. That one was behind. 15. And how long? Not very long at all. So yeah, just use whatever you've got, whether it's jump rings. Look, these are all linked together. Look at that. There's just a big gold string of jump rings. Yeah, jump rings, bulb pins, paper clips, whatever you've got. Safety pins. Now I'm not going to get those back in nicely to close it, am I? I can guarantee I can't. I should have left well enough alone, but never mind. Never mind. Oh, they're in, but I can't close the lid. Ah, that'll do. Stop fiddling on camera, woman. Right. So there we go. That is the project for today. Grab your fabric scraps. Just little scraps. You don't need big scraps. So even if you've got a bit of something left over from a sewing project or a bit of clothing that's given up the ghost and you've got some fabric you can salvage, you can make some super cute little fabric dangly bits too. Hope you enjoyed this project. Hope you're having a fabulous day, my friends. Take care, and I'll be back again with another video tomorrow. Bye for now.